Hello and welcome to the Wolfchase Toyota Insider of the Memphis Tiger Network. I'm Jeff Brightwell alongside Grant Robbins, golf coach at the University of Memphis. And Coach, fall is wrapping up. If it's not already, you'll start focusing toward your spring season. But the fall season, on paper, looks pretty good. I know you have high expectations, but you've gone out and you've registered all top 10s, some top 5s so far for the fall. So a good fall season so far, but I know you're wanting more.
Right. It was an okay fall. We had some really good tournaments. If you look at our fall, I think we played pretty solid for the exception of 2 days, the last round at Minnesota and the 36-hole day at NC State. If you take away those two, then we've had a pretty solid fall, but we've got to be more consistent. We've got to be able to close the deal at a tournament like Minnesota, and then we can't slip up like we did at NC State if we want to expect to achieve the goals we want to achieve this year.
Well, you talk about the goals of this year. Kind of give us an outline. I know you probably won't get real specific, but I'm sure conference championships, being the best you can be,
absolutely.
NCAA tournaments.
Yeah, we're defending conference champs, and we've set the bar high, and we've got an experienced team this year, so there's no excuses. We want to win the conference championship again, defend our title, and we want to get back to the NCAA championship this year. So.
How was it coming back, especially on the athletes as a defending champion? There's a little probably internal pressure put on yourself, and everyone kind of got
there is some more pressure because the expectations are higher. But going into last year, we were just happy to get to the NCAAs. This year we expect to get there. We expect to contend for another conference championship, and we haven't got the guys to do it, and they know that. They know they got to play better than they did this fall, and we've got some time now in this off season and get ready for the Gator, and if everybody works hard and gets better over the off season, then we're going to be where we want to be in April.
You did have a pretty nice tournament out of that Bank of Tennessee intercollegiate tournament. You beat three top 40 teams in that, and of course you come away with Grant Milner wins it individually, and then Will Pearson has played well, and he's had 3 top 10s.
Yeah, in the Bank of Tennessee, that shows what we can do. That was a really strong field, and we lost the tournament by 3 shots. We finished 4th, but we're only 3 shots out of 1st, 2 shots out of 2nd. So we were right there. We beat Wake Forest, we beat Virginia, we beat some really good teams. So that shows what we can do, but we got to be able to have that kind of consistency week in and week out. And Grant did a great job. He won the tournament wire to wire, and Will Pearson has played really solid for us. The key for us going into next season is our seniors. Have got to play better. Steve Lee and Lexus Keonan are capable, and they've had good careers, and we need them to play like they're capable of. And if they do that, which I expect that they will, then we'll be in really good shape.
That's always going to be your key. Your 1s and 2s are going to play pretty well. You need the rest of the guys to come up, and they don't have to do anything super special.
And that's our team this year. Last year we had Jonathan Fly and Jack Belote, and they were our 1 and 2. This year we really don't have. I think 1 through 5 is pretty close. Grant stepped up and played really well at the Bank of Tennessee, and Will's played really solid over the year. But we've got 5 guys in the lineup. Every time we put a lineup out there, we've got 5 guys that are capable of winning, and so we've got depth. And we just need to play more consistent. We can get 4 scores on the board each tournament, and we'll be good.
You mentioned Jonathan and Jack. How are they doing now? I heard over the weekend, I guess Jonathan's trying to get through Q School.
Yeah, Jonathan, actually this week, he's doing first stage of Q School in Florence, South Carolina, and he's been really working hard, and he had a great summer as far as his upgrading his work ethic, and played a lot of professional tournaments and knows what he needs to do. And he's really focused and really driven, and hopefully he has a good week this week.
What's it like talking to someone like Jonathan now has wrapped up his collegiate career into Q School? Because I'm sure it's like any athlete that goes and tries to be a professional. You're no longer on that supervised routine where you need to be at class, study hall, practice. Here's when you eat. It's everything's up to you now.
Yeah, I talk to Jonathan all the time and talk to him a little bit, and you have to grow up really quickly, especially playing professional golf and seeing how good you've got to be and what that next level's like. And he played well at the FedEx here when he got the exemption and made the cut, but his first mini tour event, the Hooters Tour, he shot 65 and was only 2 shots off the lead and 73 the next day, and then he misses the cut.
Right.
And that just shows you the level that you have to play day in and day out, and that's what he's learning. And then he's learning, how hard you got to work. And he's always had the talent, and now he knows that he's got to work a little bit harder. And he's maturing and learning some things, and he can make it. Hopefully he's going to go through Q School this week and get some status, but if he just sticks with it and keeps with his work ethic, he's going to make it.
And interesting thing too, it's more interesting if your livelihood's not depending on it until you get big enough to get a sponsor. You're playing for that paycheck.
Right. And we try to tell the guys in college because they have such a unique opportunity when they're here. All they have to worry about is going to class and getting their education and playing golf. And then when you get into professional golf, you got so many other, distractions and things you have to worry about, paying bills and, making checks week to week. So I encourage them to take advantage of the opportunity that they have. A lot of our guys, there's some that have the goal to play professional golf, and then some of them, want to go into the business world or whatever. That's great, but when you're here, make the most of your opportunity and see how good you can get, because you're not going to have this chance again where you've got these 4 years and this window of opportunity to see how good you can be. So we encourage them to have the work ethic to see how good that they can be right now, and then hopefully it'll translate into future success. And whether that's professional golf or whether it's in the business world, the things that they can learn here in our program will help prepare them for the rest of their life.
Well, it's good to hear that they're doing well. You kind of focus now into the spring. You'll open up your spring season early in February. You'll go down to Gainesville to play in the Gator Invitational.
Right, huge tournament for us. And that's what we're going to have a team meeting tomorrow, and our message is getting ready for the Gator, because that's going to be a really strong field, one of the strongest fields of our spring. And if we can go in there and play well, that's going to set the stage for the rest of the year and put us in good position to get our at-large bid to regionals, which is what we want. And but we've got to be. We cannot afford to be rusty that first trip. So the guys have got to really get after it this off season and be ready to go come February.
I guess busy times around the courses that you guys practice on around the city, and also a busy time at the Flight Golf Center. I guess you're hoping for a mild winter, kind of like we had last year, so you get
absolutely.
plenty of time outdoors.
Yeah, we don't have control over that, but luckily in this region we have good enough weather to be able to practice and play. Sometimes it's more pleasant than others. Hopefully the better weather we get, like last year we had a great winter, but we'll make the most of it. We can't control the weather, but we'll be prepared come spring.
Quickly, we just mentioned the Gator Invitational. What are the other highlights as far as some of the big tournaments you'll play?
We got a really strong schedule. We have, after the Gator, we go to Mobile for the Mobile Bay Intercollegiate, and there's probably 4 or 5 top 25 teams there. Go to Lafayette, Louisiana for the Louisiana Classics, which is always a great tournament and good field. And then after that, we go to Auburn, the tournament that they're hosting this year. We host our tournament March 25 and 26 at Colonial. After that, we go to Mississippi State's event at Old Waverly, and then our conference tournament in Texarkana again.
Well, sounds like a busy spring.
Right.
All right. Well, Coach, nice fall season, and best of luck to you in the spring.
Great. Thank you, Jeff.
That is Grant Robbins, men's golf coach at the University of Memphis. I'm Jeff Brightwell for the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network.